Alicia and I have the most complicated relationship of any relationship I've ever had in my life.
I mean, I'm dating her husband and she's dating my husband, but we're still married.
Alysia had always believed in the traditional path: marriage, children, and a life built on shared dreams. She and her husband, Tyler, had been married for several years and had 2 children together. Their life was comfortable, predictable, and filled with love. But everything changed when they met Sean and Taya. It began innocently enough. A mutual friend introduced them at a gathering, and the conversation flowed effortlessly. Sean and Taya were married, with a young daughter, and they shared many of the same values and interests as Alysia and Tyler. Over time, their families became close, spending weekends together and celebrating holidays as one big unit. Then, one evening, as the 4 of them sat around a fire pit, the conversation took a turn. Taya, with a mischievous glint in her eye, suggested, "What if we tried something unconventional?" Alysia laughed, thinking it was a joke. But Taya's serious expression told a different story. "I'm serious," she said. "What if we explored a different kind of relationship? One where love isn't confined to just one person?" Tyler raised an eyebrow. "You mean, like polyamory?" "Exactly," Taya replied. "We could all be together, not just as friends, but as a family." The idea was radical, even for Alysia. She had always been taught that love was meant to be shared between 2 people. But as she looked around at the faces of Sean and Taya, she felt a stirring of something new: curiosity. Over the next few months, the 4 of them spent more time together, discussing the possibilities of a polyamorous relationship. Alysia found herself drawn to Taya in ways she hadn't anticipated. There was a warmth and understanding between them that transcended friendship. Taya, too, began to see Alysia not just as a friend, but as someone she could build a deeper connection with. Tyler and Sean, while initially hesitant, began to explore their own feelings. The dynamics of their relationships shifted, becoming more fluid and open. They found themselves navigating uncharted waters, learning to communicate in new ways and redefine their boundaries. One evening, as they sat together in the living room, Alysia turned to Taya. "Do you think this could work?" she asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Taya smiled softly. "I think it already is." As their relationship deepened, so did the challenges. The outside world didn't understand their unconventional family. Friends and family members expressed confusion and concern. Some distanced themselves, unable to accept the changes in Alysia and Tyler's lives. But the 4 of them stood firm. They had built something unique, something that worked for them. They were a family, bound not by traditional norms but by love and mutual respect. Alysia and Taya, in particular, faced their own set of challenges. Their bond was strong, but it was also complex. They had to navigate the intricacies of their relationship, balancing their feelings for each other with their commitments to their husbands. Jealousy reared its head at times, but they learned to address it openly, using it as an opportunity to strengthen their connection. As time passed, Alysia and Taya's relationship became an integral part of their family dynamic. They co-parented their children together, ensuring that each child felt loved and supported. The children, in turn, embraced the unconventional family structure, seeing it as their norm. The 4 of them continued to build a life together, celebrating milestones and creating memories. They faced challenges, as all families do, but they faced them together, united in their commitment to each other. Looking ahead, Alysia and Taya knew their journey was far from over. They had built something beautiful, but it was a work in progress. They would continue to learn, grow, and adapt, always striving to create a loving and supportive environment for their family. Their relationship, once considered peculiar by society's standards, had become a testament to the power of love in all its forms. And as they stood together, hand in hand, they knew that whatever the future held, they would face it together.